This podcast is part of Another Happy Studios,
the home of podcasts with passion.
Hello and welcome once again to Talking Pictures Podcast. I'm your host David and joined with me as always my co-host Brian. Brian, how are you today?
Well, since you said we can do whatever we want, I want to be an astronaut.
You want to be an astronaut?
Yeah,
okay.
I want to walk in space.
I'm here with my astronaut co-host Brian. How are you today, Brian?
Space is big.
Space big.
Big.
Those are the
Big.
insights. Those are the insights of space astronaut Brian. Brian, we're here today to talk about He-Man. Before we talk about He-Man, you've got a trailer of the week for us, don't you?
Suppose I do.
The spaceman has had to come back down to Earth because he realised he does not have a trailer and has to think.
Wait until you ask me what Cowboy Brian's doing.
Cowboy, that's next week.
Yeah. Come here to me. A load of trailers came out for video games. I suppose you could mention one of them as a...
We're not a video game podcast.
Are we not?
No.
But we talk about video games sometimes.
Yeah, not on the podcast.
Okay, well... Then
Well, we recommend them, I suppose. Yeah, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. It's your section. Trailer of the week.
my section.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trailer of the week. What do you want?
Trailer, good. That's it. Nothing came out, David. And anything that did come out, honestly, would just be rehashing things of what we have already talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Or what is so close. Like, why would I talk about House of Dragon, the final trailer for season 3, when it's...
Didn't watch it anyway.
Did you not?
No.
Why would I talk about the likes of the final season of The Bear? That trailer came out today. Why would
Didn't watch it.
See what I'm working with?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think I go to space half the time?
Well, you got to convince me to watch it.
Well, you have to catch up.
Yeah, that's true. Well, the bear, yeah, I have to catch up. The House of the Dragon, I don't know. I think, I don't know. I'm a bit weird when it comes to the Game of Thrones universe. I'm kind of like, I really enjoy it when I'm watching it.
Yeah.
But in between that time, I'm not, like, anticipating it.
Well,
you know?
how about that Call of Duty game, huh? Coming out this year, October. Modern Warfare.
Didn't watch it.
Not one, but not two, not three, David, but Korean 4.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I'll be honest with you. Here's the thing, right? Xbox Game Showcase. Watch that whole thing. And then at the very end, they go, one more thing. And then they launched into Call of Duty. And I'm like, I just turned it off. I was like, what is the point in saving the last spot of your showcase to be your, like, surprise? And then it's Call of Duty. It's like, oh, yeah, I know there's going to be a Call of Duty.
What should they have saved last for them based on what has been announced?
What was announced?
Between Alien Isolation and...
That wasn't at Xbox.
The Last Ronin.
That wasn't at Xbox.
Okay, well, Dave, a load of shit just got released in this last, I don't know, week. I think maybe just cut me some slack. There's a new dinosaur game coming out.
That wasn't Xbox.
Okay, moving on, Dave. Let's talk about Master of the Universe.
Well, if they had done it, if they had maybe saved it for... I think Spyro. Spyro was a big surprise. New Spyro game.
Didn't watch it.
Yeah. But there's a new Spyro game. And
Is
if they
there?
had put that as there... And guess what? One more thing. Because it's been... I don't know how many years. Like 20 years since Spyro? It's a long time. Since he's been in a new game. A new Spyro game.
Yeah, never really played it.
No, I only played it in the last couple of years when they
Really?
did the Reignited trilogy.
Yeah, I never played Purple Dragon. Like Spyro, Crash Bandicoot,
I didn't play Crash Bandicoot.
and what's the other thing? Legend of Zelda. It all kind of mixes together
Yeah.
in my brain. Like it's like someone who's not educated in the world of Star Trek and Star Wars. They'll think, oh, yeah, it's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I never played any Zeldas, and no Zelda has ever made me want to play it. Even the ones that are like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom or anything like that are like, this is like game of the year. It's like, I actually have no interest in playing that at all. I don't know why. And then Spyro and Crash Bandicoot, they were both PlayStation mascots when I was a kid, and I was an Xbox kid. Like, I'm only playing PlayStation now as an adult, you know, when I can afford to get both consoles. So
Affording 2 game consoles, living in the cost of living of Ireland.
I know. Yeah. Well, I got the Xbox when it first launched. Like, I have this Series X since it launched pretty much in 2020. It's been going the entire time. It's nearly 6 years.
No repairs, you didn't have to take into mechanic.
Nope.
Get fresh tires on it.
No, it's been absolutely fine. And then my PlayStation 5, I bought the PlayStation 5, I'll be honest, for Spider-Man 2. And
Well worth it.
was it well worth it? I don't know.
What about that Wolverine gameplay?
I've not played that game.
I'm talking about the trailer they released.
Yeah, it looks fine. Looks fun. I'm not like overly excited for it, to be honest. I'll wait and see.
It looks cool. It looks cool.
Yeah. But like I bought the PlayStation specifically for PlayStation exclusives, and then I've realized now this year I just don't game anymore. I'm unfortunately someone who's like, I used to be a gamer,
Who do you game? What do you use when you game with the lads then? Battlefields and the likes.
Yeah, but that's like once every 3 months I play for 3 hours. Like, that's not...
PS or Xbox?
I play on the Xbox. They play on the PlayStation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and this
Jesus.
cross-platform.
You can cross-examine different game consoles.
That's the thing, yeah, nowadays, like, back in the day, they did not mix. They did not match. It was a full-on console war. And you did not have PlayStation players playing with Xbox gamers. Now, anytime that we're like, oh, will we get this game? It's like, is it cross-platform? And it's like, no. And it's like, what the fuck? It's like 2026. How is this not cross-platform? It just feels like now it's less of a console war. And it's just like, I don't know.
It's political.
It's not political, but
That
there's
is.
less of a war anyway. Until recently, it seems that Xbox are trying to really claw back their, I don't know, reputation almost. Like, they've had declining sales, and I can understand why. It's like it's the same thing that everyone else is echoing. It's like I'm in an echo chamber here where it's like there's no exclusives for Xbox.
Aside
Like,
from
even
Halo.
the fact Halo's coming to PlayStation. The new Halo's coming out. Halo Campaign Evolved. It's on PlayStation. Like, that's nuts. They brought Gears of War over. The Gears of War Reloaded, the first game for that one is over on PlayStation as well. So it really did feel like Xbox was just, there was no exclusives. There's no reason for you to get an Xbox other than Game Pass, which is like, basically, you're getting all of the kind of Xbox first party studios. You're getting that day one. But there was no console reason. Like, when you pick up a PlayStation, you're getting it for Uncharted, The Last of Us, God of War, Spider-Man.
I'm not gonna lie, like, those are
Ratchet and Clank.
those are better games.
Yeah.
and there was more of them, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. You're
great.
saying that as though you're like, listen, man, I hate to break it to you. It's like, no, I agree with you. That's specifically why I bought my PlayStation, was to get access to those exclusives.
All my friends have always been into Xbox more than PS, whereas I would have been always PS man.
I'm the opposite. Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, there was a good mix, I suppose. But now it seems as though Xbox is like, with their showcase, they were like, okay, here are 2 games that we're announcing are console exclusives, and that's the new Gears of War, the prequel game, and then another one called Clockwork Revolution. But I don't know. Xbox seems to be... When I watch the Xbox showcase every year, I feel like I always get so excited around the time, but I never am satisfied with the thing. And it's not like I overhype myself. It's just like I feel like I see the same 6 games every single year, and I'm like, I'm not going to play that. I'm not going to play that.
It's a new game of the same franchise, like.
No, not even the same franchise, but I feel like I'm always watching some steampunk, Victorian era, sassy game where I'm like, okay, how is this different than the last one I saw? Or how is that one different than the one I saw 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And I'm sick of seeing... I think I've seen Fable now 6 years in a row where they show it and show it and show it, and it keeps getting pushed and pushed and pushed. Or Bethesda. They do this thing where, like, they'll show maybe 3 or 4 games, and all of them are, like, expansions to an already existing game. And
Well,
I'm like,
not like DLCs.
yeah, DLCs. Yeah. And I'm like, what's the point in wasting the time, really?
So is that like the Left Behind being advertised as a new game, but actually no, it's just a
They're not
DLC?
advertising it as a new game, but it's taking up a slot of, here we are showcasing. It's not even, sometimes it's not even like a Left Behind. It's not a big expansion or anything like that, or story driven thing. It's just like, here's Sea of Thieves, and guess what, we're adding custom games, and you can make whatever games you like. And I'm like, why am I watching like Sea of Thieves, a game that's like 10 years old now? And like, I get it that there is still people that play that,
Yeah.
but I'm like, but the showcase should be like the future, like, here's what's coming, get excited. And they do have like, there is some good aspects to, like, here's a surprise thing and you can play it now. And that used to be the case. It's like available now, and you're like, whoa, you could download it like after the show, and it's like you can immediately start playing it. But I don't know, there's something about like when I'm watching this and it's like, let's have a spot for a game here, and it's going to be Sea of Thieves followed by Elder Scrolls Online followed by Fallout 76, and I'm like, like, come on, like,
these are all sea level at best kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's like, why am I excited for those? Like, I'm not playing them, and I haven't played them in the last 10 years. It's like it's just kind of nearly wasting a slot within the
The game show.
game show. Yeah, Like when PlayStation do the state of play, they don't do those kind of expansions. It's always like, here's what's new. Here's what's new. They do it. I don't know who does it better. No, I do know who does it better. PlayStation. PlayStation do it better because they do like maybe 3 or 4 state of plays over the year.
Yeah.
And what they'll do is they'll do like, this is the one where we're specifically showing off. Like I think this one was, the one they did recently was Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to see some Wolverine. And then we're going to get maybe 3 or 4 or 5 other games. And we're going to see lots of those things. Whereas Xbox just does one big showcase in the middle of summer where E3 used to be. But PlayStation, I think they have it down when they're doing 3 or 4 different ones, and it's like we can spread these out across the year, and then that means that we're not going to see, like watching the Xbox showcase. I'm seeing literally Fable, which I've seen fucking every year since it's been announced, literally 5 years of it, and then in previous years it was Avowed. You're going to see Avowed every year. State of Decay 3, and I'm like, okay, I get it. You guys want to remind us that these things are coming, but it's like, every year that I see it, I'm like, is that still not out? It actually has the opposite effect, where I'm like, why are you showing me State of Decay 3? Did that not come out 2 years ago? It's like, every single time, it's like, unless it's coming out within the next 6 months, don't show it to me. Now, finally, Fable does seem to have a release date in February, so I'm glad that I'm not going to see Fable again, because at this point now, I'm like, come on, I just release it, please God. But, I don't know, man. That's why I'm not a gamer anymore. No, the real reason I'm not a gamer anymore is because I don't have time. There's so many other things to do, and I sometimes feel like with games, they're so big that if I sit down for 4 hours and I'm playing for 4 hours, and yes, I have a good time, but I look at the overall things that I did, I'm like, I did nothing. Like, I just fucked around for 4 hours, and like, I didn't really accomplish anything. Whereas, I don't know, if I sit down and watch a TV show, or if I watch a movie or something like that, I feel like, oh yeah, there is some... I got a complete story out of it. Whereas if I boot up a game, I got to commit to 20 to 100 hours sometimes to get some kind of completion or some sort of narrative fulfillment in it.
Can you not see then why I always just go to either Call of Duty or anything Naughty Dog creates?
Those are, Brian. Whoa, hold on.
Let me speak first and then you
okay.
can answer.
Yeah.
You said you're not so attracted to playing like 20 hours worth of something because you may feel like you would not have accomplished something. I play the games I play, which is next to fuck all, because they're few and far between in the masses. Simple campaign, single player, Call of Duty to Uncharted to The Last of Us, and maybe a rare one here and there. Maybe a Kane and Lynch. If they ever did that again, I'd go back. If they ever did,
everyone has their franchises that they go to.
Yeah, or Dead to Rights.
Yeah,
but that's it. And I play those games because they're narrative based. I play the narrative based content in them.
Yeah.
And for me, that is my fulfillment. That is me getting satisfied out of it.
But this was like, when you just said there, it's like, do you not see then why I play the likes of Call of Duty and Naughty Dog?
I'm not trying to put a statue on them and make a holy grail out of them.
No, but the fact that you picked those two things of like, here's why, do you see why I play this? That's like, oh yeah, this is why I eat only filet mignon and Spam out of a tin. It's like, they're not comparable. Call of Duty, like the Call of Duty campaign, in a way, is nearly tacked on. It's something to satisfy the people that want to buy and have that shooter experience. But like 99% of people are playing the multiplayer. They're not playing the campaign.
I know. I'm well aware of that. I've been aware of that since school.
Yeah.
But I don't get satisfaction out of that. I could just be playing multiplayer the whole time and I'm going like, where are we going with this though? Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. That's if I sit down and I play for 5 hours and I play multiplayer, I'm like, I didn't really get anything out of that. Like, I'm not coming away with any sense of completion. So that's why I bought a PlayStation as well, is because they have those exclusives and are story driven content.
Yeah.
Like God of War and Last of Us and Uncharted. I just need to sit down and play them. Like, it's just that it's a longer commitment. If I sit down and watch a movie, it's 2 hours long, and I get the sense of completion of I've watched this movie, I've gotten everything it has to offer. Whereas if I sit down and I'm playing a game, I could play it for 4 hours and not have really accomplished anything, or not have progressed the story, or not really done anything.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I'm kind of wasting.
But you
time doing this.
But you would play those kind of games. Did you play the God of War games?
I played the first one, yeah. I didn't play the second one. I need to play the second one.
Well, then there you go. The fact that you're saying you need to play the second one, I think you want to play the second one.
I do, yeah.
And you want
Trust me, Brian. I want to do all these things. I want to play every game. I wish I could go back in time to my 13-year-old self and shake myself and say, don't ever let go. Like, I'd love to just, like, if we're coming into summer now, I'd love to sit down for 8 hours a day and stare at a screen and it be playing an Xbox or playing a PlayStation. But I can't. I'm an adult. I'm nearly 30 years old. I come home.
What?
I come home. It's 7 o'clock. I need to be in bed by 11. You know, I sometimes go for a walk after work. That's 2 hours. It's a long time. As in, the day is long, but guess what? My time to enjoy myself in the day is maybe 3 to 4 hours. Maybe, if I'm lucky. So it's tough.
Sure you don't want to include talking video games on this podcast?
No, that's it. You got 16 minutes of it.
16 minutes.
That's our trailer of the week. Trailer of the week is Xbox and PlayStation showcase and all. And yes, to answer your question, I am also looking forward to TMNT The Last Ronin and Alien Isolation 2. And I have yet to play Alien Isolation. It's just very scary.
Scowy.
Very scary game.
It's frightening.
But Brian, we're not here today to talk about video games.
No, but it's a great subsection there to have as a separate mini episode there for the 6 to 17 million listeners we have.
Yeah.
Questioning, did we
I didn't talk about He-Man.
Did we use the wrong recording for
Yeah. But you know what? While I was watching He-Man,
Yes.
I did think, how has there never been a He-Man video game? Because I thought, there's so many characters in this that I feel like I could talk to or like recruit on my team, or like I feel like these guys are I feel like a video game character, video game world.
If the likes of the Spider-Man games can shed a decent spotlight on all its supporting characters, never mind the main players, He-Man, massive universe, it's ripe for that attraction. Like now that's obviously down to the director and what he's done, and I'm sure the cartoon and the original cartoons and whatever original source material He-Man's based on, I'm sure they have even wider range of characters to select from their catalogue, heroes and villains and alike. But this movie, right? First of all, in a yes or no world, yes, I liked it.
In a yes or no world,
Yeah.
it's not a yes, it's a yeah. You know, I'm not mad at it. I'm not like singing its praises, but like, yeah, I enjoyed it. Would I want my money back? No.
Well, we'd always love our money back.
I always want, yeah, if I could get it for free, absolutely. But
This would have been a nice free thing.
yeah. Do you know?
But I'd say it was maybe halfway through, I was thinking, yeah, I'm able to lean into the vibe of what this movie is, where it's honing in on the 80s cheese, but it's not cheese where that cheese thought it was serious. It was cheese acknowledging that it's cheese, yet there's still a fair amount of seriousness to it.
I think there's not I agree with what you're saying. I think there's a level of sincerity to it.
Sincerity is a good way to put it.
Yeah, rather than
So that's
seriousness.
why you're on this podcast.
Rather than seriousness, because you're right. I think the best thing that you can say about this film is it absolutely knows what it is.
And that's different than saying what Mortal Kombat does, because Mortal Kombat knows what it is, but so does He-Man. It's a massive universe.
Yeah, it doesn't take itself too seriously. And while I don't think it nailed absolutely everything,
No.
it still did a good job of bringing what I would always consider like a franchise, our dads, when our dads were kids.
A 70s to 90s.
Not even 90s, man. 70s, like early 80s kind of TV show. And I'm like, I've never seen any He-Man. Like that maybe that's an important thing to say as well, is that I've never seen any He-Man related content. Because I know they did reboot it for Netflix. I think Kevin Smith did something.
Yeah, but it's an animated show where fuck all people watch it, and they'll probably just cancel it after 2 seasons.
Netflix? Cancel? You
Yes.
crazy?
Yeah, man, do you not know this?
They always love having shows that run 8 seasons with 24 episodes each.
With 3 spin-offs.
With 3 spin-offs each, yeah, and a movie. But
Released in theatres.
releasing it in theaters, yeah, geez, Netflix. Yeah, the thing is that it doesn't take itself too seriously at all, and like I think that's from the get-go. Like, it does have some level of like we're gonna give a bit of plot and we're gonna give it exposition and introduce our characters and stuff like that. But I think from the introduction of Skeletor and his whole way of being, like Skeletor, even though the movie, it had a comedic tone and it also had a sincere tone and a somewhat serious tone. Skeletor, I don't believe that. I think Skeletor was taken out from the cartoon and he was transplanted into the movie because he is the most unserious part of the film. And when he's introduced and he gives his kind of rousing speech and he like lifts his fist in the air and he like looks around and it's like, that's the cue, and he's immediately that cartoonish thing. I'm like, okay, so we know Skeletor is a bit of a like I'm gonna get you, that kind of,
minus the high pitched voice.
Yeah, exactly. He's given a little bit more of a not even a serious tone, but more so fitting within the world that they're creating.
Yeah. I suppose it's the most cartoonish. Do you know what else as well? Like another character that I thought that was ripped right out of the cartoons that I'm surprised to see in live action, feels like it's something you'd see from a Robert Rodriguez Spy Kids film, is your man Mechaneck. Like, he didn't feel real. He feel like he's in a Robert Rodriguez film in Spy Kids. He's one of the characters on TV in the Spy Kids world. Like he's just a little bit too cartoonish. But the Spy Kids movies do have some wacky stuff. Like that's not in the TV. That's not.
That he would be in the TV show, and the kids go and find him. It's like, wait, you're real? Like that's crazy. Like it fully fits into that Robert Rodriguez kind of world.
Yeah, a few of those characters are, and it's mostly because the suit and the animation of his neck. His power is like, what does he do? He extends his neck and his long neck, and he just hits people with it. So
I don't know if he hit it with the neck or they hit it with the head. I don't know.
It's funny stuff, but obviously very limited compared to your man Fisto or Ram Man.
See, it was those characters and then Idris Elba's character as well.
Men at Arms.
Man at Arms.
Man
at Arms, yeah. And I was like, these characters all feel like they'd be like quest givers or like we go on individual missions if I was in a video game with them.
Yeah. Even your one, I don't know her name, Deadpool's wife.
Marina Baccarin.
That's her. Yeah.
The sorceress.
The sorceress, yes. She's one of those characters as well. She could be like a guiding spirit on your quest, you know? But she came across as like definitely someone who could have easily played He-Man's mother rather than the spiritual one. You know, you'd imagine she'd be like a Helen Mirren type of actress. But I like that they got the likes of her to play that character and, you know, keep her in the franchise a little longer. If this franchise continues. And it's funny because I would say it's a big if. But not in a mean-spirited way. Like, if there was only ever this one, I'd be like, yeah, that was fine. What?
You know,
what do you mean? What about all the teases and
what teases? Were the teases?
Yeah, there were teases.
What teases were there? Did I miss the teases?
Like 3 teases.
What were the 3 teases?
One of them is Evelyn coming back to take...
Evelyn.
Yeah.
It's not Evelyn. Evelyn.
Evie. Coming back to take Skeletor's dead skull.
Okay.
Yeah, and another one was this little Hubert, quirky looking, mischievous, animated looking, cloaked figure. Like something... Like
at the end,
it's like saying that just because a man has muscles and a 6-pack doesn't make him a true man. And just like
did he come in right at the end and he's like, and today that was the kind of post credit scene kind of thing. Yeah, that's not a tease. I asked my dad about that and he was like, oh yeah, that was the character that would come in at the end of every episode and basically wrap up all the themes.
Oh,
so that was a joke.
Oh,
that was not a tease for a sequel, my friend. That's not some dark character that we're going to meet. That's literally and today, kids, that's why we learn the power of friendship.
I don't know, like they could have just slotted him in as a character to join the ragtag Motley crew for the.
I don't think he's part of the crew. He's literally just the, and that's why we share our toys.
There's another tease.
Go ahead.
She-Ra.
Who's She-Ra?
You've heard of He-Man, right?
I've heard of He-Man. I think I've seen the movie based on He-Man, yeah.
But you haven't heard of She-Ra?
No. Who's She-Ra?
She-Ra is like He-Man, but the opposite.
Is that not Camila Mendes' character?
No, she's something else. I don't know.
What was the tease for her?
So Mother says to Man at Arms, it's good to have him back. I only wish that we had both of them. And Idris Elba, winks, winks, nudge, nudge, set up for a future sequel there for bringing back Adam's long lost sister, who is actually She-Ra. She is to He-Man what Supergirl is to Superman.
I get you. And I tell you this now. I did not hear that line. That went right over my head because I have no memory of that whatsoever.
This is when He-Man is
No. I'm telling you now. I have no memory of this line.
It's when he's running off on Battle Cat.
Oh, I remember the scene.
Yeah.
Don't remember the line whatsoever.
It's
maybe I was.
we literally had a stand-in actress like perform the role of She-Ra.
No, I believe
the sword.
I believe you
costume,
that it was said. I believe you that it was said.
A vast, dark, and dreary land where she's seasoned warrior.
Wait, did that happen?
I swear to God, it's a scene. It's like a post-credit scene, or like a mid-credit scene.
Oh, I didn't see that. I definitely didn't see that. I left as soon as it ended.
You didn't want to watch the credits? You didn't want to listen to the song?
No.
No?
No.
Yeah, She-Ra made an appearance. Obviously, they cast someone else, like, I don't know, someone. They cast someone. Honestly, we can make all our guesses and they just cast someone else altogether. When they do, definitely make the sequel for this because it's definitely going to make all the money that it needs to warrant a sequel.
I don't know how much that would be.
It's definitely not enough what it is now. But that's another thing I wanted to bring up about this movie and how I made a letterbox list to refer to as notes. Oh, no, it's on private.
Oh, I can't see it then.
Yeah, sorry, no, it's meant for me, you see.
Yeah, okay.
But I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll actually
make it public there just
for
me.
Can make it public for you. Tell you what, can you?
Just make it public and I'll go in and look at it and then you can make it private again.
I'll make it public for this podcast
length episode.
Yeah, recording right now. And if you want to just keep talking while I do this because I can't do two things at once because
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that the thing that got me excited for He-Man was not any of the promotion or anything like that. But when I was on my way to see He-Man, or see Masters of the Universe, and I saw it was directed by Travis McKnight, and I was like, I recognise him from something. What do I recognise him from? And I went, Bumblebee. And Bumblebee is a great Transformers movie. And then I was like, and He-Man, Masters of the Universe, is like a Hasbro entity. Like it's that kind of same vein, I suppose, of like the G.I. Joe and the Barbie, like it's all Mattel, so I was like, okay, I can see this what's coming on here, and so I had faith in him, and I think that he did a great job for what he had.
Who's Travis McKnight?
Travis Knight, whatever his name is, the director.
You said McKnight.
Yeah, okay. Jesus Christ.
It's
okay.
Travis Knight.
Okay.
It's the man who did Kubo and the Two Strings, David.
Now that's a movie.
That's a movie.
I've not seen.
What?
Yeah, I can't.
You can't do that.
I can't see every movie. I'm sorry.
I've made it public, by the way.
That's brilliant. I'm gonna go and look at it now. So please, what were you saying about?
Well, what I'm saying is, right.
You've not logged Master of the Universe. How am I supposed to know what you think about it?
I'm not talking about the movie itself. I'm talking about the list I created.
Podcast notes.
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
So you see the list of movies I have there, right?
Yeah.
What do all these movies
have in common?
Yes.
Thank
you for finishing my sentence, David. That's why we work together.
They're all on this list, first of all. I'm going to guess that this is a list of movies that you would like to see sequels to. Because the list includes...
Are you for real?
The A-Team, The Losers, Cowboys and Aliens, Real Steel, Battleship, Ender's Game, RoboCop, Edge of Tomorrow, Tomorrowland, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., Assassin's Creed, Warcraft, The Nice Guys, Power Rangers, The Dark Tower, Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, Ready Player One, Dungeons and Dragons, The Fall Guy, and Masters of the Universe.
I'm not going to lose over sleep if we don't get sequels to these movies.
Is that the list?
No. See, what can you say about all these movies?
They are all movies that released in the cinema. I don't know. I can't see what the common thread is between these movies.
All these movies were an original source from something. Whether it's a graphic novel, a comic book series, a cartoon show back in the day.
Well, you got an eclectic mix, yeah, because Tomorrowland is a theme park ride. Assassin's Creed is a video game. Ready Player One is a book. Dungeons and Dragons is a tabletop game. A-Team is a TV show. Real Steel is a little punching robots kind of game to play.
So you can kind of see they all come from a wide range of IPs.
Yeah, they're all adaptations, but not in the traditional sense.
Yeah, and here's an example. A movie I did not throw on this list is Transformers. Want to know why?
Why?
It's a franchise in the movie world now. Another one I didn't throw on this list, right? Star Trek.
What's the Nice Guys adaptation of?
I threw that in there because I thought, you know what, I'll throw it in there because I didn't want to.
It doesn't fit the rest of the list.
Well, I didn't want to throw Jungle Cruise in there
Why?
because Jungle Cruise was shite.
Oh, right. Sorry. I didn't realise that we were keeping the sanctity of the list here when you've got such absolute gems such as Cowboys and Aliens, A Battleship, The A-Team, and Assassin's Creed.
Will you let me finish, please? I'm begging you. Come on, pal.
Go on.
I'm not saying all these movies are good. All right, I'm willing to say that there's the odd movie here and there that you would have liked to have seen a sequel to. All right, is Edge of Tomorrow one of them?
I would like to see sequels to Real Steel, Edge of Tomorrow, Man from U.N.C.L.E., Assassin's Creed, The Nice Guys, Power Rangers, Ready Player One, Dungeons and Dragons, The Fall Guy.
Right. So some of these movies were good. Made fuck all money. Some of these movies were bad. Made fuck all money. You kept on referring to Masters of the Universe being, it's kind of similar to Chris Pine's Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, that's what I hoped for.
Well, yes, but hoped for in terms of an IP we all recognise, but we've not had delivered in our generation to be put on the big screen to hopefully spawn off a franchise. All right? He-Man, the He-Man movie, Dungeons and Dragons, and the rest of those movies on this list were all attempts to create a franchise that never went anywhere. And there are obviously for reasons that they regardless if they're good or bad, well received or not, they never made money. So a sequel they did not get. And I'm not the only one who's referenced some of these movies compared to Masters of the Universe.
I don't know. Would you feel as though The Fall Guy fits into this? I know it's based on a TV show, all right, but I wouldn't have thought that The Fall Guy was an attempt to start a franchise or anything like that. That felt like a one and done. And I think it's too early to have Master of the Universe. Now, I know, obviously, you're making the list for this.
Yes.
I think it's too early to tell if we're going to get a Master of the Universe. Because we've gotten lots of sequels to things. I was like, they're making a sequel to that? Seriously? Can I give you an example? The Accountant 2?
Tron was another one I did not put on the list because there's 3 movies now.
Yeah. Tron is a franchise that they keep trying to make a franchise.
They won't be trying anymore.
No, I hope not. Like, for a franchise, like, I respect it for what it did, the original one.
Yeah.
But I don't like any of the entries. You know? Like, I respect what it did, but I don't like it.
I'm not gonna lie, I did watch Tron Ares there not too terribly long ago.
Did you watch it again?
Yeah, I watched
for a second time.
Yeah, man, I wanted to listen to the score.
You're crazy. You know you can just do that. You don't have to have the visuals.
But I can have something on in the background as well. Man, I kind of like the movie.
Okay. Big Jared Leto fan, yeah?
I'm not gonna argue with you, David. Like you're a hard-ridden anti-Jared Leto.
I'm a Jared Leto hater. Okay, if there are 1,000 Jared Leto haters, I am one of them. If there is one Jared Leto hater, I am him. If there are no Jared Leto haters, it is because I am dead.
I just don't get it. Like, what's the hate?
What's to like?
Well,
I don't have to justify my hate. You have to try and change my mind. What's to like?
Well, why do we have to justify why we don't hate this or why we don't like this movie? Why do we hate this or why did we like this movie or why did we not like it? Why do we have to justify for both?
No, we don't have to justify. We're not justifying. You said.
I said what?
I don't know exactly the words you said, but
I'm just saying.
But look, you said it as though it's like, but you don't like this guy, and I'm like, yeah, and you're like, why don't you like him? And I was like, well, why should I like him? What good qualities does he have?
I
don't like his face. I don't like him, and am I just a hater? Yeah, I am probably.
Okay, fine. You're a self-admitted hater of Jared Leto. That's fine. That's all I need.
But there's no, and I've said this.
Let me guess what you're gonna say. You know what? I'm actually not going to ruin it because I think you've perfected it so well that
because I always say it.
Yeah.
There is no Jared Leto performance that would not be better if it was performed by Lee Pace.
You're a fake fan because you haven't watched Foundation yet.
What do you mean? How is that? That's not a Jared Leto thing.
I know, but it's a Lee Pace show.
Yeah, and I know that Lee Pace does it fantastically.
How do you know? Have you seen it?
No, I haven't, but you've told me.
Yeah.
You told me that he gives a great performance, but the show's not great.
No. Tell you what. Season 1 was good. Mm-hmm. Good for what it was. Mm-hmm. Season 2 was great. Season 3 was good, but I thought it was a step down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's a bit of a bit of a wavy. You know, there's no like. Yes, it's great. It's a bit of a
Yeah, I suppose that's one way to describe it.
But
season
Lee
two was great.
Pace in it?
Lee Pace is a great actor in it.
And if I replaced Lee Pace with Jared Leto, not as good. Not as good. Oh, the smile is approaching his face now, where he goes, "Oh, that David fella is right." Yes.
I'm just saying that, like, of all the Jared Leto roles that I've seen him play, especially in recent history, I like them. I like seeing Jared Leto on screen.
Crazy. The only thing I give him is Requiem for a Dream, and I will say I don't like Requiem for a Dream either.
Neither do I.
Yeah, but I don't like Requiem for a Dream for a number of other reasons, and it's not Jared Leto's fault.
But you know, you say that, and yet you also say Skeletor stole the show in Masters of the Universe. But then you also say, yeah, but anyone could just play him.
But anyone could play him, yeah. Like, it's not. There's no.
There's
no personality to it that's like, oh yeah, Jared Leto's bringing something to that. He's completely hidden under effects.
I saw similarities to his performance in the Haunted House movie that came out in 2023.
What Haunted House movie?
Haunted Mansion, sorry.
Oh, Haunted Mansion.
Lakeith Stanfield.
Oh yeah, again, I forget that he's in that at all. Like, when he's hidden behind makeup and I can't see his face, then yeah, he's fine, he's tolerable.
So you liked him in this movie?
I like Skeletor. I wouldn't say I like Jared Leto, because it's like there's no Jared Leto in him.
Yeah, there is. I could hear him.
Okay, sure. Well, let's move on. Let's talk about the actual character of Skeletor then.
I
like Skeletor.
Stole the show, man. Like, honestly, right? Those visions that he.
Oh my god, they were the best part. Honestly, that was the moment where I went, okay. Even though this is like the last act of the movie,
yeah.
Where it's like you are going to double down on what you know what this movie is, and it's when Skeletor goes into Adam's mind and he's taking place in the real world, and there's Skeletor, and he's in regular clothes but Skeletorified. That he's always got the hood and he's still the skull and all this, and he's like pumping iron in the gym, and he goes into the office with a suit and tie,
and he's on the date of him as well. He's pretty much in the only real world environments that we see Adam in the movie.
Yeah, the only one he isn't in is in Adam's apartment.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
You know, I thought it was great. It's like, okay, you understand the world that you created and this character, and it was just like, we can have a joke with this but still take the scene seriously where this guy's being traumatized.
But you gotta commend Travis Knight for throwing those kind of scenes in this movie, because I feel like if this was coming out like in the early 2010s, I don't think any given filmmaker would have the foresight to throw something that wacky and that far removed from a real world situation. Real world in quotations, because it's, you know, a fantasy film.
World, yeah.
But throwing fantasy in the real world when you're trying to also establish the separation between the fantasy world and the real world.
Yeah, like, you gotta have some element that you know this isn't real.
Yeah.
And that is Skeletor.
Yeah.
But you're still trying to keep Skeletor, I suppose, that he doesn't look completely out of place, other than the fact that he is a skull.
Yeah, and it's a vision.
Yeah.
So it's perfectly acceptable for Skeletor to be roaming around and no one questioning, why is this skeleton looking dude wearing a hood in the gym?
Yeah.
But like another not so subtle fantasy crossing over to the grounded world was your one, Camila Mendes. She parked her ship in an open park for everyone to gawk at, and they're looking at it like, oh, is this an art project or something like that? And like, yeah, 9 filmmakers out of 10, they have it like cloaked under like invisibility,
roof,
or somewhere hidden, so no one is seeing it, you know, spotting it. Like it's only the people in this movie who are the main characters only get access to it. Do you know?
Absolutely.
And another good thing I have to comment, I know we're hopscotching all over the place.
Oh, well, it's like, I wasn't really going to talk about the plot of the film or anything like that, but
Neither was I.
Let's just talk about what we liked.
But I have to commend one strong point that didn't, you know, copy and paste in all other movies, is that when Adam is sent to Earth, it's not like he forgets and he grows up to be a man living his life believing he's a normal dude, and then all of a sudden he's been approached by these extraterrestrial beings from another world.
He doesn't know who he is,
and they're saying you're destined for a greater purpose. He's well aware of who he is, and he's trying to get back home.
Yeah. Even though he's been in the real world for whatever it is, 20 years, he's still a cartoonish kind of guy because of the fact that he has never let go of this idea of Eternia, and he's out on Tinder dates, and he's
Yeah.
talking about, I just need to find the sword, and then I'm good to go, and then I'll go back to Eternia, and we'll restore Castle Grayskull. And all this is like, okay, dude, like, he's a freaking weirdo. And he does. I agree with you completely in that. In another version of this, it's, yeah, all of these characters are coming to, you know, or Camila Mendes comes and picks him up and brings him back to Eternia, and all of the characters around him is like, this can't be Adam, and he also doesn't believe that he's Adam. He's like, no, this can't be. I'm having a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
My therapist told me to count to 10 and do all these things, and it's like, even though in the movie he does say, yeah, didn't your therapist just say that you got some emotional trauma? And he refuses to believe that. He's like, no, I know who I am.
Yeah, like the whole movie, he's refusing to be He-Man until the very, very end, where he said he shouts, "I have the power."
He's not refusing to be He-Man.
In the other version where
Oh, sorry. Yeah, absolutely. In this non-version that we didn't get, you're right. Yes, he would refuse to embrace it until the final confrontation. 100%. Yes.
like another movie, for example, another two movies that did do this is the two Mortal Kombat films, and I'm only saying them because they're very recent in my mind. Where
with Johnny Cage,
Johnny Cage and what's his face, who got killed in the like 5-minute screen time he had in the second one.
In a way, would you put maybe Hook in that, where he refuses to believe that he's Peter Pan, and it's quite long until he actually gets his thing?
Yeah, haven't seen Hook.
What?
Yeah, haven't seen Hook.
Brian, you know what you got to do.
But,
I'll watch Cubo and the Two Strings if you watch Hook.
No,
What?
Keyboard with Two Strings is a beautiful classic.
Oh, and Hook isn't?
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, you're crazy, dude. Steven Spielberg movie?
Yeah,
Are you
no.
serious?
Yeah.
You're crazy. And Robin Williams? Oh my god, Brian, you're crazy that you wouldn't think that that's great. Oh my god.
I know.
Why?
We've already derailed this recording like 15 minutes.
Okay, let's get back to talking about Master Universe then. Why won't you watch Hook? Seriously.
Whatchamacallit? Another movie is
first
Thor movie.
No, genuinely, why wouldn't you watch it? Like, what is stopping you watching Hook?
I don't find it attractive to watch.
You don't like the idea of watching Dustin Hoffman and Robin Williams play a genuinely great version of Peter Pan and Captain Hook that has emotional themes throughout. Like, what is it that's turning you off? Or what do you need to turn you on to watching it? Like, is my genuine recommendation telling you that this is a good movie and you will enjoy it not enough?
I've seen scenes of it.
What scenes?
The dinner scene, nearly every scene with Julia Roberts. One scene with the Dustin Hoffman Hook, he kills a kid, and then it's an emotional moment. It's just I'm not arsed.
That's mad. That is genuinely mad that you wouldn't watch it based on the fact that I know you like Robin Williams and I know you like Steven Spielberg and I'm almost certain that you like Dustin Hoffman.
Of course I do.
And he gives like a stellar performance. Like when I think of Captain Hook, I think of Dustin Hoffman. I don't even think of the animated version.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I nearly think of. I suppose I don't really think of any particular version of Captain Hook. Maybe Jason Isaacs because of that one movie he did.
Yeah, that's one that I've not seen, but I wouldn't refuse to watch it.
Yeah, but then Jude Law played Captain Hook in another one.
Yeah, I didn't watch that. That's the remake one, was it?
Yeah.
The live action version.
Remake. How many remakes
That's
is there
true.
been? Like,
That's true.
it's just at what point you have to stop calling it a remake, and it's just a new one.
I know, yeah, but the Disney Plus remake version
Shouldn't have been on Disney Plus. It would have made a bit of money, I think. Anyway, yeah, no, that's my stance on it.
fair enough.
No, we'll keep it.
No. It's already long enough. That's why I did the clap for. So,
But another movie that I think with the idea that self-proclaimed protagonist who knows he's the all-worthy great superhero, that he's stuck in the human world trying to get back home, which is the other world. That's Thor, in the first Thor movie.
yeah.
Except he's only in Earth for like, a weekend in a small town. He's not lived he's not grown up into manhood, living life like a civilized person in our society. Do you know?
Yeah.
So good commend I have to give to Travis Knight. So doing something that we all know, that you're gonna set this movie on Earth. What? You having him in plain clothes?
That's another thing, actually. Yeah, is a good point. Is the fact that it's not completely set on Earth. Yes, the first act is, but then once we go to Eternia, that's it. We're not going back to Earth. It's not like there was a sequence where Adam's like, no, I can't be him. I can't wield the power. I'm going to go home. And he like travels back to Earth. And then it's like all these characters coming to Earth and like they're all in the apartment and the roommate's like, whoa, what you know?
Yeah,
You know, you can see that in any other version of it.
And do you know what else? This movie definitely could have ended with He-Man embracing the title, the mantle of He-Man. But he still goes back home to Earth anyway. And what does he do? He beats a superhero and he joins the Avengers. That's it. But honestly, that's another version where he goes back home and he beats the hero of Earth. The hero that Earth needs. It's like, no, fuck Earth. We're a lost cause. Go back home. At least you have an out, you know? You still have alcohol and all. Go find your sister. But, yeah, like, in general, like, he was good. Skeletor was great. I thought he stole the show. Who didn't make an impression on me, unfortunately, was Evelyn, who played by Dave Franco's wife.
Yeah. Dave Franco's wife, Alison Brie. Put some respect on her name. How dare you? I think you mean the guy who is in Bad Neighbours, Alison Brie's husband, okay?
I was more so gonna say the guy who pissed himself once when he was in school. His wife. Super bad.
Yeah, Alison Brie's husband.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I could have said, the voice actor of the villainous butterfly who transferred his conscience in Hopper. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Alison Brie's husband, okay? Not Dave Franco's wife, okay? Let's put respect on her name.
Okay. Well,
Annie Edison, okay? Community gang, rise up.
she...
Unfortunately, though.
but like...
There's not much to her.
She looked the part.
She did, absolutely. And if you're right in that, if they're setting her up to be the villain of the second movie, fantastic. That's great.
Yeah.
Because she definitely did just play second fiddle to Skeletor. And for no particular reason that it seemed. Like, yes, I understand that he kind of threatened her a few times. But
Which she got off on.
yeah, but there was no real, I don't know.
There's no... you could suspect an ulterior motive. But there's really next to nothing there. Like, honestly, the one good thing I thought that was funny where... it shows, this is a movie based on a children's cartoon, and we're kind of acknowledging that, is when she comes into the room after the fight with Skeletor, or the fight with Skeletor's goons, and she freezes him, and she's like rhyming this spell enchantment, and she's like lingering on with the spell, and I'm like...
And even Skeletor's like, okay, he's frozen. Yeah, we get it, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's like acknowledging that we are a movie, and we are doing the norms, but we are acknowledging the norms. Like... oh, spell cast. Oh, a lava pit over like a snake rock mountain. You know, things like that. Like, it feels like some of these things they do acknowledge, which is kind of funny. And you gotta respect it. Unfortunately, these are just small, subtle moments that didn't really find a hook for me, you know?
Yeah, I don't know why, but it just missed something. I think that a lot of the time, there was almost too much humour. So much so that, yes, there were a lot of jokes that landed and were quite funny.
Yeah.
But... because there were so many, more often than not, they actually didn't land for me. Maybe it felt awkward.
Maybe if they shortened the runtime.
Oh yeah, it is long. It's 2 hours 20 minutes. I actually remember looking at my watch in the scene where he's reunited with his dad.
Yeah.
And I looked at my watch and it was another hour and I went, what? I thought we were wrapping it up. I thought this was the end. And there's like still like the whole third act to go. It's probably the second half of the second act and the third act to go.
Yeah,
I was
like,
like,
fair bit to go.
Okay. I will say though, because I didn't think the humor was like all that great. There were a few bits, like I said, with the Skeletor thing at the end. There's also this moment, I don't know if you noticed it, in the final bit where they're all chatting, where they're all laughing and they all got their hands in their hips and they're like, ha ha ha, they're all like moving backwards as if they were like the cartoon stance.
I couldn't tell if that was intentional.
It was, absolutely.
Was it?
There's no way that they did that and it wasn't intentional. Like, because they were all doing it. And it feels like these are all like, this is how the episode of the day wraps up.
Yeah, and
you know,
and
all
then
these guys standing around.
Cue the music and then it fades to black, and then
that's when the character comes in and is like, this is why you should always do your homework and listen to the teachers.
But even though they did do that, like standing around, ha ha ha, with your fists on your waist, there's something wholesome about that.
Yeah.
Like, it's cringy.
Well, you know what the wholesomeness is?
What?
I think it's because they frame a lot of it as though it's from the imagination of a child, the imagination of that childish Adam, because they're all named of certain things, like Ram Man. They all adopt these names that Adam has given them.
Yeah.
And then even at the end, Camila Mendez's character, she's like, what name did you have for yourself? And he's like, it doesn't matter. And she goes, no, go on, say it. And he's like, He-Man. You know, like it's kind of a ridiculous name, really, when you think about it.
I suppose.
But because it's from the perspective of a child almost, it's kind of innocent. And you're like, oh yeah, okay, I could see a child naming himself He-Man.
I like to play on words where he has the pronouns.
The pronouns on his desk at
like
work. He, him.
him.
I'm like, that's funny.
It is a funny joke.
It's a very funny joke that is... It's indicative of our time. Because in the 1980s, that's not a thing. But now, it's like very common practice in our society to have people's pronouns and display them. And it's like, I don't know why, even though it's absolutely fully here, and this is the world we live in right now, to see it in front of He-Man, and it literally says he, him, be like...
I think what makes it funny is bringing something that's now established in our world that's not established back in the time when this originated, but still finding a way to mix it together, whether it's the name of a person or the appearance of someone's costume, or the setting where they come from, or the way they have their laws, whatever it may be. Like something simple as the title of a character is also the pronouns of a given person these days. Like it was very funny.
I felt that though some of the humor, it was nearly... like I said, because there was so much of it, more often than not, then it didn't land. Like there was one moment where they broke out of the cell and they're all walking. It's the hero shot of them walking through the door. And normally I don't like the hero shot when it's like all the characters walking like that. Like I didn't particularly like it at the end of Peacemaker. You know the shot I'm talking about. But because it's happening in the context of what it was, I was fine with it. But then they ruined it by having them all coughing them. So, and I was like, I actually this time liked the hero shot. I was like, it nearly felt deserved because it had just come from like an inspiring scene. Yeah. Whereas when it happens just like generally where all these characters are walking and you're like, you wouldn't walk like that in real life, versus in the moment where it's happening, there was a reason for them walking like this, and then they undercut it with like a joke. And I'm like, sometimes it's actually okay just to take a serious moment and let it be serious. You don't have to inject humor into absolutely everything.
I get you. You're not the only one who's brought that up. I suppose my stance on it is that because they leaned into the joke, because they leaned into the joke of the scene, that we thought, I can embrace this honest, serious, but also cringy moment. It's honestly right. It's the fact that they all started coughing up the smoke, and it was quick. It was a quick one. Like once everyone started coughing, like 5 seconds later, it's moving on. And the guy Fisto, who's obviously the comedic relief out of the gang, I
wouldn't even say that. I would have said they're all the same level of
yes,
comedy.
fair enough. They were all the same level of comedy, but like that guy, like he was coughing and like he was drooling off the cough as well. So like I was like, okay, you're not gonna have Idris Elba cough up drool and like he's like he's really trying to cough it up there. You know, it's like I don't know. They just leaned into it and I didn't mind that. Here's something of a comparison. I thought like this is not as people were comparing this to the two Taika Waititi Thor movies, in that Thor Ragnarok is above it, Masters of the Universe is in the middle, and Love and Thunder is underneath in terms of how they use their humor.
Yes, in that sense, then absolutely yes. I think so. I think that listen, there's nothing wrong with making something funny and making it a comedy, but like I think there's a joke to minute ratio, and so unless you've got all absolutely golden ones, like I think that Thor Ragnarok is the perfect example of it, where you're injecting comedy into it, but there are serious moments in it, and it allows those serious moments to be serious. It doesn't undercut it with a joke, and it also Thor Ragnarok does get the benefit of coming off of the first two Thor films that are completely serious, and so to see anyone in a different context, it immediately feels fresh. You know, whereas Thor Love and Thunder, it goes too heavy into the jokes, and I understand that that's a criticism that a lot of people have. I haven't seen it enough or thought about it enough to really have an opinion one way or the other.
What was it you said? Honest, not honest, sincere,
yes.
Sincerity. I like what they're doing with Duncan, Man at Arms.
I was going to say the same thing. I think that this was a top tier Idris Elba performance. Yeah, because I always say Idris Elba is the best part of bad movies.
You recently said that.
I recently said it in something that hasn't released yet.
What was it?
Star Trek Beyond.
All right. I forgot it was in that.
But I feel like he's giving a great performance in this. Yeah. As in he's not half-arsing it.
I don't think he ever half-arses it. He just leans into what he's given. That's all.
Yeah, but my criticism of Idris Elba is that he's the best actor in bad films.
To be fair, he's in a lot of movies that are like, Like, the one movie you're given the billing name where you're the lead character is Suicide Squad, and even that didn't make much money.
No. And that's one of his good films. That's one where he's a great performance in a great film.
Yeah.
But often it's great performances in bad films. But because the overall film is bad, he's not getting the recognition for it.
He's getting a lot of IP. Like, he's in The Dark Tower. It's gone nowhere. He was in The Losers. It didn't spawn off into anything. He was the end. That went nowhere. That's going nowhere. Well, I suppose
Maybe Masters of the Universe. I don't know.
maybe this now.
But I will say, he did give a good performance, and I quite enjoyed seeing him. And he was a little bit different than he normally is in the type of character that he was.
Yeah.
Like, the initial introduction to Man-at-Arms was a very stereotypical version of the character.
Yeah,
and I say that in not knowing who the character is, but like as soon as he's introduced, I'm like, I know who this character is. You know, I've seen this character multiple times in other.
He's the king's right arm. Like, literally, he's teaching his son to be a man, and when his father
Josh
dies,
Brolin in Dune.
couldn't have said about myself. Like, I was literally trying to think, what other movie has established these kind of things here?
A mentor figure that is also a father figure,
But is not his father.
but is not his father, and he does a great job of that.
That's called
and
an
then
uncle.
And then he also then gets to do later on. He's the drunken disgrace who regains his sense of being who he is.
Yeah, but
in a way, he's kind of like an Obi-Wan Kenobi. In a way,
maybe.
of someone who's kind of turned his back on.
I'd like to see Idris Elba in Star Wars.
Absolutely, yeah.
Give him a yellow lightsaber, maybe. I don't know.
Give him make him a Force sensitive who's not a Jedi.
That would be cool. But enough of that TikTok. I like the fact that they stuck with the arc where he believes he failed to protect his king and the kingdom at the start of the movie. Like, I was like, oh, could have had me. I thought you were going to kill him at the very start. And
oh yeah, he had him right up until the very end.
Oh yeah,
your man Trapjaw.
Yeah, but with him being a drunk, believing himself to be a failure, he won't want to leave the cell. It has to be carried out. And then as soon as he sees a bit of hope, oh my god, it's He-Man. And then what does he do? He puts on the suit, he shaves, but he still puts out the container out of his chest. Says, let's have a drink. And it's like his daughter is correcting him. Was like, you're still a drunk. Like,
yeah, the suit doesn't make him a different person. He's still the same man underneath.
He's celebrating what he was, believing he is now, but he's not. He's still a drunk, and he's not taking it seriously. And in the hands of another movie, he is the one to sacrifice himself in the end. And gotta give props. Like, they give him a great arc. Great casting, I think. Like, honestly.
I agree. I like Idris Elba. I like him a lot. But like I said, he's typically the best part in bad movies.
He's the most attractive part. He's the coolest part in a lot of movies, I think. Like, who doesn't like Idris Elba?
I don't know.
Like, I don't think you'll ever get enough of him. And I even like the little on and off relationship he had with Roboto. Roboto. Yeah, Kristen Wiig. Cool character. Had me when they killed her.
I knew. I was like,
yeah, you can knew, but
like, this one's gonna get a new body later on.
Yeah.
Yes. Anytime a robot dies, you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
yes. Yeah. Tell that to K2SO.
Clanker. What a clanker, huh?
But here, look, we can talk.
You were gonna say we could talk about this all day.
Yeah.
No, we can't.
No, but I don't want to either because as whatever good this movie does, right? Whatever sincere this movie does, at the end of the day, it didn't really make an impression on me. Now, while I can say I would be quicker to watch this movie again than I would with Dungeons and Dragons.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I still won't be quick to watch this movie again.
Yeah.
I would
because it's higher on the scale doesn't mean it's high on the scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't lose sleep over not getting a sequel, but I would like to see a sequel because, it's time to get to ring in some new IPs because hate to break it to you lads, Transformers ain't what it used to be. All right. That ship has sailed, all right? You want to make Transformers fun again? Make it into an animated TV show akin to the likes of Invincible or Legend of Vox Machina. I think it could actually...
Get some creatives behind it.
Yeah, but give them a budget and don't make them blockbuster of it. The movies haven't been done well. And you had a chance and you failed with Bumblebee because you didn't do a direct sequel with that.
And Transformers 1.
Transformers 1 was a good one.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not committing to it. They're not doing a Transformers 2.
They make money.
Yeah, well.
Well, I can tell you another Transformers 2 that came out if you want. But like those Transformers movies came out of a time where it was making money, it was booming success.
Yeah.
But that's now not the case anymore. That franchise has been diluted. So even the G.I. Joe, like it's awful. Cross them over in the animation. Get together a wide collection of characters and make it a fun, good story to follow. You know, and let that hit the masses in the animation realm, and let some of these other things here. Even
I liked
though
what they did in the Transformers. Which one was it? Was it Rise of the Beasts, where it was the Pete Davidson one?
Yeah.
Just that they shifted the focus away from Bumblebee. the
yeah,
entire time.
but like at the end of the day, it was still like another Transformers movie. Whereas
It was, yeah, absolutely. But like, you know, they kind of shook up the continuity. Like what they did with Transformers, where they went to like the last night and all. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is like when it was the Mark Wahlberg ones. But when they shifted over to that Rise of the Beasts, I think we did it for this podcast.
we did, yeah.
Yeah, that it was like it was good, it was fine, it was fun, you know. But just like do that. I think that maybe sometimes these franchises forget that there's a reason why they were so popular is because they're fun, you know. And I can't fault Master Universe for not being a bit of fun.
Yeah,
You know?
no, I agree.
We didn't mention it at all, but it was one last point that I wanted to talk on is the choreography for the fights was actually quite good.
Yeah, some of them was good, I thought.
There was a lot of fighting scenes that were big and expansive, and not in the sense of like the scale of them, but just like how many enemies there were, or like the creativity of the fights. And I was like, this is good. I'm enjoying what I'm watching right now. This doesn't look half-arsed.
Yeah, no, it didn't look half-arsed, but honestly, it. When you've been shown John Wick, like... I mean,
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. It's not like, oh yeah, this specific move or this specific scene or anything like that where I'm like, this was some of the greatest choreography. But it is good choreography.
It is. It was well directed. It was well executed, I thought. It didn't stand out for me, to be honest. Like, that's just a me thing.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Though it did stand out, the score.
That's funny because it didn't stand out for me.
Did it? No, wow.
But then again, the score never really stands out for me. Like, I'm not a big score guy. But like, I do notice good choreography.
But oh, okay. But not even the electric rhythm? No? Wow.
Sorry.
What about the cameo from Dolph Lundgren, who played He-Man in the 80s?
Sure. It happened, and I was like, I'm not mad at it, and I'm not. This doesn't feel like it's forced, even though it is forced.
Oh no,
of
it's
course.
100% forced. Like even the dialogue is like, dude, you're talking about literally the fact that you played this character in the 80s, and now you're having a new guy play the character, and
Listen, it doesn't really bother me.
It's metaphor upon metaphor.
It doesn't bother me because I don't hold Master of the Universe as a franchise near and dear to my heart or anything like that. But it doesn't bother me. I don't know.
I like Dolph Lundgren, so I don't want to deny it.
Yeah, I can see, like, it doesn't bother me, but I can 100% see it bothering me if the movie was bad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it was bad, if the movie was genuinely not good, I'd be like, what the fuck was that Dolph Lundgren thing? It's like, okay, yeah, we get it, you were He-Man, but like, I could see myself being annoyed by it if the movie was worse. Especially because, yes, the context of the scene is him looking for advice, that they're in the gym together, and he's looking for advice on what to do, and obviously the current Adam is talking about being He-Man, but the character is supposed to be talking about being in the gym. So it's like...
I get it!
It's very, very subtle, but I could see it. I would be a lot more pissed off about it if the movie was bad. But it's fine. Like, you know, it's all just a general... Yeah.
That's one to remember. If a movie's good, then you're winning. Like
if the movie's good, you can forgive a lot more. Whereas if it's bad, you really hone in on those things.
Any of the other... I have to give props here to a lot of the costuming and prosthetics of a lot of the like villains. Like they all have wacky names, but like the man who Moss Man or Goat Man or the big CGI giant thing that was fighting Battlecat off screen. So no, not enough budget there apparently because Battlecat was in this movie next to nothing. Saving them for the sequel, maybe. But what your man like. Whether it's the three lads, Fisto, Ram Man, or Mechanic, the costumes are in, or the other lads, like the iconic imagery, like the guy with the Cyclops laser. I remember him from the comics. Or the other guy with the clap jaw, green face, and like you must recognize him from the animation. You know, like is he supposed to be a notable villain, a recurring villain in the animated show? Don't know, but they made him like a third antagonist, one to kill.
Yeah, each of the main characters had their own like person to go up against.
Yeah, well, I suppose the Camila Mendez character was fighting Evelyn because
Evil Lynn.
they're women.
Her name is not Evelyn. It's Evil Lynn. And that's how you know she's a bad guy. She has evil in her name.
No
yeah, of course
way.
they're women. And you know what was actually a funny joke?
What?
Was when Evil Lynn said, like, how about, there's no point in us fighting. Why don't we just leave and let them scrap it out? And then Camilla was like, I'm not falling for that. And she's like, oh, I thought you would. Like, genuinely, like, thought she might get away with it. But yeah.
I liked in the end when Skeletor was getting his face plummeted. I was waiting for a tooth to fall out.
Yeah.
He's like, I fine. We will talk about. Yeah, I like the delivery of the line. Like I like the deepness of his voice. Like I thought it's just one of the reasons why he stole the show in the end. I think that's all I've got really to say.
That's all I got.
It's not really much. Like I would like to see a sequel.
I would be surprised if we saw a sequel, but also not surprised if we saw a sequel. If they announced Master Universe 2, I go, yeah, fair enough. One I won't anticipate, but yeah, I'll go see it.
Yeah.
In the same way that I did with Mortal Kombat. They announced Mortal Kombat 2, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go see it, but I'm not anticipating it, you know?
Yeah, that's different kind of dumb fun, though. Like, the more...
Oh, yeah, well, I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying that that's the same level of how I would treat these franchises, where it's like, I'm not anticipating it, but yes, I will see them.
I honestly would have held Masters of the Universe to a higher regard because of a great storyteller with a big studio behind it, throwing a lot of money on it. They're discovering new talent, that of Nicholas Galitzine. Don't know who that is.
I saw him in Sheep Detectives.
Okay. He was having an affair with Anne Hathaway in one movie
I did
ago.
know he was in that, yeah.
Do you know that this movie had like 2 other iterations of different actors cast to play He-Man?
No. Would I know the two?
Your man, he was in Black Adam.
Noah Centineo.
Yes, him.
Mm-hmm.
He was cast. He dropped out. Another actor who was cast, and I thought they were going to go ahead with this one, but they didn't. The only thing I can think of that he was in was in A Haunting in Venice. I know I've seen him in something else, but his name is Kyle Allen. He was in apparently he was in West Side Story, Steven Spielberg. He's in the... Honestly, I don't know what you're gonna know. He's
Look at him.
Him.
No, I don't know.
Anyway, he was second cast and he left, and then this guy Nicholas was cast.
I like him. I like Nicholas.
He was
looks
good. They definitely nothing they could do with making him come across as like a scrawny little kid.
No, when he's wearing the big pink shirt, and it's like when the shirt rips off when he does the I have the power, and then the shirt rips off and then his muscles grow. I'm like, all right, yeah, because he wasn't fucking huge underneath that. Like, he did not, like, no offense, right? He's a huge guy because guess what? He's He-Man. He's playing He-Man. He's got to be big and buff. They were not doing a good job, and I also didn't
throwing an extra large t-shirt on him isn't going to hide it.
No, and even when he's at the gym and he's asking Dolph Lundgren for help, it's like, you're telling me that with that physique, that this is your first day in the gym, you don't know what you're doing. Come on.
Do you know what really just threw me off or just pissed me off? Him running with Camila Mendes' character. I just don't know her name. Tila. I just remember.
Tila, yeah.
He's running with her and he can't keep up. He's out of breath. I'm like, dude,
come on.
If you're not going to go all the way to have his face on like a smaller body,
just to do like the Captain America version of it,
or just find a workaround to do it cheaper, then just don't bother with it. Like the fact that you're making me aware of the fact that
he's not supposed to be, there's supposed to be a transformation, and it's like, but I know that there's not. Like, come on,
obviously
who you feeling?
They want to keep the character the same actor, you know, like they don't want to get,
which is fair enough. That's fine.
They didn't want to Shazam it.
Yeah, but there's no need to pretend that he's not an in shape guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Have you got any recommendations before we let these people go?
I'm gonna recommend. You know what? Fuck it. Euphoria just ended there. I finished it. I watched.
You're gonna recommend that?
Well, yeah, man. Like,
okay.
Oh.
Well.
Okay. All right. Judge my recommendation.
No. It's like it's
no. I'll go fuck myself. I'll pick something else.
Okay. No. It was just that it's like it's a strange thing to recommend when I'm surprised that you liked it. Did you like it?
Did I like it? I like the decisions.
Did you like the show?
Did I like the show?
Yeah. Regardless of the decisions, did you like the show?
The show
the
or
season? The season.
Season 3.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was as bad, but that's only because I never held Euphoria to a high regard. It was never time-stopping TV. Like it never had to.
Well, it doesn't have to be time-stopping TV, Brian. I'm just saying, like I wouldn't have recommended it because I don't think that overall the story was that good.
I don't know. Maybe watch it for Zendaya. Maybe watch it for Sydney Sweeney. Like I kind of liked the ending. I thought the ending was good.
Yeah, I mean, like.
Whenever are we going to talk about Euphoria in this podcast anyway?
Yeah, never.
Except for now.
Except for now. I don't know. I didn't. I would say that it definitely felt like a different show. It's not Euphoria.
Of course it did. Absolutely. But, like, if you're going to say that to Sam Levinson, he's just going to say, well, they're not in high school anymore. Like, they've grown up now. Like, it's been like 4 years since they've left school and they've graduated.
But characters are just not the same.
Yeah,
Nate's not the same. There was almost no point in having Jules there. And the same with Lexi. It was like...
Lexi could have stayed.
No. Absolutely. Don't get me wrong. I wanted all those characters there. But the way that they were used was almost just like, oh, well, we have to have Lexi. Well, it's like she didn't really serve a purpose.
Well, they didn't bring your one Cash back, who's
no, they didn't. And I would have liked her. I liked all those characters.
They didn't bring back Austin Abrams because he's busy playing
They
Courier.
didn't bring Jacob Elordi back because Nate wasn't in the show. Now Sydney Sweeney's character Cassie did marry a guy who looked a lot like Jacob Elordi, but Nate wasn't in the show.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that one. Nate.
Listen, the Euphoria
Yeah.
became the Rue and Cassie show in season 3, and that's who we followed. With a sprinkle
whose stories don't even interconnect.
No, and it has a sprinkle of Maddie in there, and Maddie is the one that goes between the two. She kind of splits the time. She connects the two.
Maddie
stories.
actually propelled in our screen time, I think.
She's my favorite character.
Even between season 1 and 2.
Yeah, I always liked Maddie. I always felt like she got something cooking. And that's what I genuinely thought was going to happen with season 3, is that she was forcing Cassie into this role of an OnlyFans model and a sex worker to get revenge for the fact that she stole Nate from her.
That was our plan.
But it came to nothing.
Yeah, because plans change.
Yeah, but like it just...
Shit happens.
Yeah.
People die. And you forgive.
Yeah, I don't know. It could have been better. Okay.
Yeah, I liked it. Hey, can't beat a bit of Coleman Domingo.
I do like Coleman Domingo. Yeah. He's great. He's
great.
Good.
Have you got a recommendation?
I do. I have one, and it's called Power Ballad.
Oh, yeah.
The new film with Paul Rudd and Nick Jonas.
Speaking of filming in Ireland, Euphoria was going to film in Ireland for season 3, and then it didn't because shit happened.
Well, you know what did?
What?
Power Ballad.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was just lovely. I thought it was sincere, and it was a lot of fun, and it was funny. And one thing that I always find can be difficult when it comes to movies about music is the whole central plot of the movie is about this one song, and it's obviously a made-up song for the movie.
Yeah.
That song needs to be good to justify why things are taking place within the movie.
Why the song is worth being stolen from our protagonist, yeah.
And it absolutely is.
Is it good?
Yeah, I actually just listened to it now. I think it's a good song.
Okay.
So, and some great performances. I really like Paul Rudd.
So do I. I personally have no real interest in watching it. Like, honestly, when I see a thief like Nick Jonas do something like that to lovable
it's not like that. It's not I'm stealing this kind of thing. It's not like I'm a bad person, nefarious kind of thing. I know the trailer does paint it out to be like that, but that's not the case. It's a very different story.
Well, I need the movie to end in a satisfying way.
It does.
Does it?
It 100% does. Yeah.
Okay. I just don't like seeing lovable heroes on the back foot trying to get an ounce of payback.
But does it not? But if they did get it, does that not justify the fact that they were on the back foot?
I need to know to get it.
Okay.
Simple as.
Well, the movie is satisfying.
Okay.
Then. But I would recommend it. It's good.
Good recommendation.
Brian, thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Talking Pictures Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you're subscribed to us on your favourite podcasting app of choice. You can follow us on all of our social medias down in the links below. We also have another podcast, which is Saturday Morning Cartoon Club, with new episodes of that on the last Saturday of every month. So if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to us there. Again, you can follow us on all of our social medias for both Saturday Morning Cartoon Club and Talking Pictures. They're down in the description below. This podcast is brought to you by Another Happy Studios, so make sure to check out all of the other podcasts in our network. Those can be found at anotherhappystudios.com or on the Another Happy Studios YouTube page. Brian, any final words before we let these people go?
About that female gaze on He-Man's costume.
Female gaze.
Yeah.
Man, that was the male gaze. I was all up in there. I was having a look. You know what he has?
What does he have?
He has the power!
He doesn't have a 10-pack like Skeletor.
No, that's true. Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, David.